So about $20 million just fell out of the sky the other day. In the context of about 40 satellites. They burned in the Earth's atmosphere after a solar geomagnetic storm. Starlink satellites were on their way to achieving their final orbiting altitude of about 500 kilometers above Earth when a wave of particles stunted the onboard electronics of about 40 out of 49 of the satellites sent up into orbit in late January. Now, Starlink has exclaimed that while the satellites will eventually return to Earth and burn in the atmosphere, they should not have any collision with any other objects that are bound in orbit. Now, the sun is on an 11-year cycle of solar ejection activity, and we are approaching its maximum active state. So the aurora borealis and the australis should come about more often, but those are displays of the sun's radiation reacting with the Earth's electromagnetic field, or the Van Allen belts. Now, these magnificent light exhibits allow us to understand that these things do happen pretty often, but we just have to be extremely safe about what we put into Earth and what we put into Earth's orbit. This kind of gives me a little worry, because there are tens of thousands of satellites, in orbit around Earth right now, and some of them are colliding, some of them are burning up to the Earth, some of them are changing altitude, and so there's a lot of movement going on up there, and some policies are a little bit further behind on how we should, clean up space in general. Some things that we just send out there and allow them to burn in the atmosphere, allow them to be in the void of space, but we need to figure out how a good way to clean up all of this, and to make sure that we're taking into consideration what is happening to our Earth's atmosphere as we're allowing things to burn in it, and what about the things that may not burn in the atmosphere but may come down and collide with things on the Earth. So there are a few things that kind of worry me about this, but $20 million down the drain.